My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
Ad relies on the double entendre of jeans and jeans. It's more than a cheeky wordplay.
My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney just stirred up major drama with her new ad campaign for American Eagle, and it's turning heads for all the wrong reasons. Who would have thought a denim ad could cause this much heat? But here we are, and the internet is going off. The campaign has sparked outrage, and now people are questioning the direction Sydney's entire career is headed in. This whole thing is a total mess. When word first dropped that Sydney was teaming up with American Eagle, no one really blinked. She's been stacking up brand deals lately, and we'll get into that. But American Eagle? That felt like a harmless classic choice. It brought back those throwback vibes from the early 2000s. Back to school spreads, glossy teen mags, the whole J14 era. It actually seemed like a perfect fit. But the second the campaign dropped, things took a sharp left turn. Whatever people were expecting, this wasn't it. The vibe was way more provocative than anyone saw coming, and the internet lit up. Now folks are comparing it to Brooke Shields' scandalous Calvin Klein ad from 1980. That ad got massive backlash because Brooke was just 15 years old at the time, and she said that jaw-dropping line, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing." It was a media firestorm, and now people are saying Sydney's ad is giving off a similar energy.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
Calvin Klein caught a massive wave of backlash for that ad back in the day, and honestly, it made sense.
Secret life lies hidden in a genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. Occasionally, certain conditions produce a structural change in the gene, which will bring about the process of evolution. This may occur in one or more of the following ways. Firstly, by selective mating, in which a single gene type proves superior in transmitting its genes to future generations. Secondly, by gene drift, in which certain genes may fade away while other genes persist. And finally, by natural selection, which filters out those genes better equipped than others to endure in the environment. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvins and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Fast forward to 2021, Brooke Shields finally opened up about the whole thing in an interview. And what she said shocked a lot of people. According to her, she didn't even realize the tagline was supposed to be suggestive. In the article, it says Shields told Vogue in October 2021 that the outrage, which focused on how people claimed she was being sexualized as a minor, was, in her words, ridiculous. She explained, "I was naive. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it had to do with underwear. I didn't think it was sexual in nature. I would say it about my sister. Nobody can come between me and my sister." That's how innocent she thought it was. She also admitted she was totally blindsided by the way the public came for her, acting like she was in on some hidden agenda. "I think the assumption is that I was much more savvy than I ever really was." She said, now people are saying American Eagle might be trying to cook up that same kind of controversy, but this time with Sydney Sweeney at the center. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney is clearly an adult. No one's arguing that. But still, tons of people are dragging American Eagle for what they see as backing the same kind of message that Calvin Klein pushed decades ago. TikTok's been flooded with side-by-side comparisons of Sydney's ad and the old Brooke Shields one, and the comments are wild. People aren't holding back. One person wrote, "This is literally an exact copy of that Brooke Shields Calvin Klein commercial. Poor Brooke." Another said, "Now Sydney is glorifying it." And then someone really hit the nerve by saying, "Only difference is that Sydney is an adult who makes questionable brand deals. And Brooke was a child who was exploited in more ways than you can count." Harsh words. But they're getting tons of likes. But it's not just the over-sexualized vibe of the ad that's got people going off. There's another layer to the backlash that's catching fire fast. In the video, Sydney drops a line about how genes are determined and passed down by your parent, right? And then adds that her genes are blue. Now, on the surface, it sounds like a cheeky wordplay. Blue eyes, blue genes, right?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
But plenty of people picked up on something deeper and way more uncomfortable. Some viewers are calling out what they see as a hidden message. Like, the ad is pushing the idea that being skinny, white, blonde and blue-eyed somehow makes you superior. A few even went as far as calling it straight-up eugenics. And the comments were buzzing. One person wrote, "As a Latino, seeing the ad was weird." Others agreed, saying the messaging felt off, like American Eagle was glorifying a certain look and quietly pushing everyone else aside. One comment hit hard. "I guess American Eagle is for white people." That alone shows how excluded some folks felt after watching the ad. Another person straight up said, "This promotes white supremacy. It's so wrong." That's how deep the frustration runs. People aren't just uncomfortable.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
They're calling it out loud and clear. Others clapped back at those trying to downplay the situation, saying, "The woke are just jealous because she's pretty." But one user wasn't having it, saying, "Now that's reaching." They're literally supporting the idea that being blonde and blue-eyed is something to envy. Wild, right?
The ad relies on the double entendre of jeans and jeans. It's more than a cheeky wordplay, it's a dog whistle. We are seeing the rise of fascism in America. And with this comes this rise of eugenics. To put it simply, eugenics is the belief that some people have better genes than others. I'll let you guess what people fall into which categories. In eugenicist thinking, society encourages certain people to reproduce while discouraging others, and in some cases, even preventing others through forced sterilization. In this ad, by saying my body's composition is determined by my genes, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, it's saying that Sydney Sweeney has a great body and therefore great genes and therefore is a product of genetic superiority.
Then there's the constant conversation around Sydney always playing into the male gaze. People were calling her out with comments like, "Doesn't she get tired of being sexualized?" And "Why is a women's jeans ad being marketed like it's for a thirsty male audience?" The critiques just kept piling up. Even Doja Cat couldn't resist. She posted a TikTok poking fun at the whole ad. But not everyone thinks the ad is a disaster. Some folks are saying people are overthinking it and reading way too deep into something that's just supposed to sell jeans. The reactions are definitely all over the place.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
But there's one thing people keep bringing up. Sydney's non-stop brand deals. It's like every week she's the face of a new company. She's already a global ambassador for Laneige, nothing too wild there. But then she popped up with Baskin-Robbins launching a rainbow sherbet lip mask and her own ice cream flavor? Bruh! That's when fans started side-eyeing her hustle. Even if the idea itself is kinda cute, people are feeling like she's doing way too much. The top comment under the collab post hit hard. She's just taking every deal they throw at her at this point. And honestly, it's starting to feel that way. She's partnered with Soul by Jergens, Fenty by Rihanna, Guess, Armani Beauty, Tory Burch, and Ford. That's a long list. And it's got fans wondering if she's more focused on bagging checks than building her career with purpose. Man, the list just keeps growing. Samsung, Carrera, it's endless. Honestly, the only ad that really made sense for Sydney was the Ford collab. At least with that one, it felt real. She's into cars, she restores vintage ones for fun, so it actually fit. But the rest? It's starting to feel a little desperate. It's giving Michaela Maroney post-Olympics energy, just grabbing every bag in sight. Fans are saying it straight. Sydney's starting to cheapen her image by teaming up with every brand that throws a deal her way. Scroll through her Instagram and it's practically a commercial. Nearly every post is sponsored. And that's not something you usually see from top-tier movie stars. She's been in some huge films and hit shows, but now people are saying all these deals are making her look more like an influencer than an actress. And let's be real, most celebs hate being lumped in with regular social media influencers. Reddit's flooded with threads breaking down every deal she's signed, and the tone is shifting. One comment even said, "She's taking brand deals like she's got gambling debt." That's how wild it's looking. Some think she's overexposing herself and messing up her own brand by trying to be the face of everything at once. One comment really summed it up. "I know Sydney is an actress, but I don't really understand her brand." And honestly, same. There's no clear direction. It's like her whole image is just vibes and sponsorships. It's starting to feel like her team is chasing every paycheck possible without thinking about the long-term impact on her career. Yeah, no doubt she's cashing in. But being everywhere, doing things that influencers usually do, can backfire real quick. Instead of looking like a rising Hollywood star, she's starting to blend into the crowd of promo-heavy internet personalities. Then there's the wildest collab of all, the one with Dr. Squatch soap. She literally released a bar of soap that included her bathwater. As expected, that one lit the internet on fire. It was weird, super personal, and a lot of people felt like it was just another case of her over-sexualizing herself for attention. People were asking, who's this even for? Sure, it's sold out, but what kind of audience is she attracting with stuff like that? And more importantly, is that the kind of fan base Sydney wants to build? Because it's sending a message. Not everyone thinks it's the right one. With Sydney, it's just feeling more and more chaotic. One comment really hit the nail on the head. Someone said her PR team should be taking notes from Zendaya. Because look at her. Zendaya's not out here in constant ads or chasing every single collab. She moves with intention. When her name pops up, it's an event. People get excited because it's rare, it's calculated, and it means something. Meanwhile, Sydney's starting to feel more like an influencer than a serious actress. She's out here pushing products left and right, and it's honestly starting to cloud her image. Sure, she's probably stacking her checks, but the real question is this helping her career long-term, or is it slowly dragging her out of Hollywood's A-list lane? Back in 2022, Sydney even admitted to struggling financially. She said if she wanted to take a 6-month break, she couldn't afford it. She talked about how actors don't get paid like they used to, and it sparked a major debate. So maybe this is her way of building that safety net, taking every deal so she can eventually chill. But still, at what cost? The constant backlash, the confusion around her brand, the influencer comparisons, is it really worth it? Because from the looks of it, she's not slowing down anytime soon. The ads keep rolling in, and people are definitely watching. Time will tell if all this hustle pays off, or if it ends up being a major misstep. If you're obsessed with celeb drama like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We drop daily gossip content every single day, no skips, no breaks, just the latest tea, fresh and unfiltered. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We always read them. See you in the next one.